400 rabbis. I guess they're all lefty psycho rabbis from the Jewish faith. That's according to Rupert Murdoch, anyway. They're going to publish a letter today calling on Fox News to sanction Glenn Beck. What's this all about? Eric Bollert, Senior Fellow, Media Matters of America, here on the Ed Schultz Show. Eric, how are you?
Hey, Ed.
Bring us up to date on this story. What's happening here?
Yeah, this is the Jewish Funds for Justice organization that has been critical of Murdoch or Fox News and Beck in the past, but today they made a pretty big splash, full-page newspaper with 400 signatures, 400 signers, basically imploring Rupert Murdoch to get Roger Ailes to apologize for referring to anyone who has criticized Fox News and their Nazi obsession as being left-wing rabbis, and urging, some common sense.
Okay, so you have 400 rabbis across the country. How would you characterize these rabbis?
Oh, they're all over. They're Reform, conservative, some Orthodox. Again, Fox News will say, oh, these are just these left-wing rabbis. It's not. They're representative from a mainstream selection of religious leaders. And if Fox News, just wants to, ignore or dismiss these religious leaders, that's up to them. But the fact is, as Media Matters has pointed out, Glenn Beck has a Jewish problem. He has a problem not only with these rabbis, but if you look at the people he attacks over and over again, these sort of villainous, all-powerful liberals who are trying to take down America, for some reason an awful lot of them are Jewish, and more people are sort of wising up to them. Right.
But does he ever do stories on Americans who have lost their jobs? Does he ever do stories on Americans who are going to be hurt by health care? I mean, does he ever do real people stories and what middle-class families are going through? Or is it all the psycho talk that seems to get the attention?
It's mostly about him. And no, the only time he really has focused on people who are hurting or the unemployed was in December. He for a day, he took his TV and radio show to this town of Wilmington, Ohio, who's been hit hard by unemployment. DHL left them in the lurch. Unemployment 15, 18, 19%. So Beck said, I'm going to shine a spotlight. I'm going to take my show there. I'm going to sell tickets. I'm going to give the money to charity. All my fans will come to Wilmington and buy the local goods and things like that. Well, it turns out there was an article in the Wilmington newspaper last week. The town hasn't seen any money yet. None of the charities have seen any money. Beck raised $300,000 selling tickets in Wilmington, Ohio, but no one has seen any money, and when the newspaper called Beck's producers, they couldn't get an answer. So
when was this? Is this recently?
The Wilmington, yeah, they haven't. He went to Wilmington in December.
Okay, so he promised to give money to agencies in the city?
Either to local charities or give back to the town in some way. He was sort of always very amorphous in terms of how much he was going to give. And then the local newspaper did an article saying, asking the people who run the town, asking the people who run the charities. They said, oh, we haven't seen any money yet. And then the newspaper contacted Beck's producers. They never got any answer in terms of when the money might be coming.
Wow.
So that was the one time in the last couple of months he's
That is
interested.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he might still give the money, which is fine, but you would think the producers would explain that to the newspaper, or you think he wouldn't take 40 or 90 or 100 days to write a check. One of the guys who ran, the food kitchen said, I thought we were going to get a check in December.